What up, guys? I'm Lucky, but you guys probably already knew that if you've been watching the Hit or Miss. Um, so this is my second episode of Lucky's Corner. I just go through our previous videos, give you my thoughts, whatever. This episode we're doing Deadpool and Deadpool 2. Looking back, I think it would have been a better idea if we would have had their own separate episodes just for convenience. I don't remember why we decided to do two of them at once, but we did. So, hopefully you guys enjoy. Let's get into this video.
Welcome to the Hit or Miss Show. I am the big dog.
I'm Lucky, y'all.
I shaved off my beard.
I already did my mohawk. Alright, so you guys couldn't see this in our first episode of Power Rangers because I had my hat on. Most of the time I have a hat on, but I just got my mohawk redone. I don't have it anymore. I shaved it off, but I had that mohawk for like 2 years. I might go back to it. It's cooler in the summer. I just like the way the mohawk works. My girl likes the way it looks, so why not go back to it, right?
We're in a new location in our facility. We actually have a couch now.
More comfortable than those dining room chairs.
Yeah, so don't worry. We will go back to some of those dining room chair reviews eventually.
In this particular part of the clip, Sean says, "Don't worry, we'll go back to the chairs." The fuck we will. Let me tell y'all something. Like I said in the last video, those chairs were super uncomfortable. I could not do it. So, mark my words, I am never doing another video on them chairs. I don't even think I have them chairs because I don't no longer have that table. So, no more chairs. I don't know what he was thinking when he said, "Don't worry, we'll go back to them," but we are definitely not going back to them. I promise you.
After all, it is who we are. Just two dudes hanging out talking about shit.
We got everything we need for this video. We got our beverages.
We got our beverages. We got our Florida state flag. We got me.
The topic. Alright, so in this part, this is everything we got for our video. The Florida state flag, our beverages, and the topic. This is the first time we implied it. We liked it, so we kept it. I don't know, it just seemed kind of interesting. I don't know, just what we wanted to do.
The topic of the day is Lucky's mohawk.
It's a wonderful mohawk.
No, seriously though, I'm trying to say that with a straight face. Seriously though, we're talking about Deadpool.
It's hard to be serious when you're talking about Deadpool.
I mean, look at that motherfucker. Seriously.
I like the case art. It's simple. It's to the point.
It's direct. It's catchy.
You could get rid of the title and you know what it is.
Exactly, and
pretty much the same with Deadpool 2.
Yeah. It's easy to remember.
No lies on the front cover.
Yeah, they didn't have to brag saying, "Oh, this is this year's #1 blockbuster" or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But
earn points with me.
Yeah. I hate when movies say, "Oh yeah, we give this movie 5 out of 5 stars." Who is giving movies 5 out of 5 stars?
Especially the last one we did.
Yeah, that one gets 2 thumbs down. That's why it's in our miss list. Right. It'll always, forever be there. However, these are in our hit box.
Right, which is kind of weird if it's on our hit list, which is kind of weird because he's a mercenary.
Yeah, the merc with the mouth.
Merc with the mouth, which is why they fucked up Origins.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if you guys have ever seen Wolverine Origins, but the way they did Deadpool was just totally stupid. He looks nothing like Deadpool. They took way too much freedom on it. Like they got rid of his mouth. How can you have a Deadpool character without a fucking mouth? His nickname is the Merc with a mouth. So you get rid of his fucking mouth, and he's got like laser eye beams, which was, to my recollection, never in the comics. I mean, he could teleport, and there's two different ways he could teleport. One of them, I think I said in the video, one of them he had like a little gizmo in his pocket that would make him teleport. The other one, he just had it in him. But yeah, if I knew that was supposed to be Deadpool, it probably would have thrown me off of Deadpool. But luckily it didn't. Obviously it didn't do it for a lot of other people, but that particular Deadpool will go down in history that it should have been just left in the toilet.
Yeah, the first appearance of Wade Wilson, X-Men Origins, only in the movie for 3 scenes.
Right, and one of them, they decapitate his head, and fucking laser beams are flowing down the cooling tower.
Yeah, like where was their research and all this shit?
Right, because I don't remember an original source that says he had laser beams. I've seen the teleportation. I've seen 2 different takes on that.
Yeah.
Where one, he just has it, and the other one, he carries a machine that lets him do it. The video game, he has it.
Yeah, and they never explain how he gets it, why he gets it.
It's just kind of like, this is the game. It's a game about the game.
Yeah. And matter of fact, he likes to break the fourth wall of the game. Like after you do the tutorial, he's sitting on his couch playing the game.
Right, and then in the movie, he's like, I just broke the fourth wall of a fourth wall. That's like 16 walls.
Yeah. Let's talk about the blind lady.
Oh, blind Al?
Yeah, she's awesome.
So we get to Blind Al, which is one of the most memorable, I can't speak today, but you guys know what I meant, characters in the movies. She's this blind black lady. She's sassy. In one part of the episode, he's like, I just broke the fourth wall of a fourth wall. That's like 16 walls. And she's like, if you're trying to get blood out of your clothes, I don't quite remember what she said, but something of the lines of or wear red, dumbass. I don't know. It's just a funny character. They did a great job on her.
She's his Alfred. He's Alfred to his Batman.
Yeah. It's crazy. Where they first meet, he's trying to get the blood off his uniform, and she's like, what was it?
Club soda and lime gets blood out, or you can wear red, dumbass. Yeah. Or like how in the first one he goes back to the apartment after the scene on the bridge, and he's asking her, so how does you putting together that bookcase? Or the drawer thing. I can't remember the name of it.
It was something from IKEA that you have to put together yourself. And she's blind.
She's blind. And it's sitting there like not even half done. And kind of, for a blind lady, she's actually did pretty good work on that.
It surprised me.
Yeah. He ends up talking to her about having her get out of the room because he wants to masturbate because he has a small little spore can, and he's like, oh.
So in this part of the video, we're talking about how Deadpool, he loses one of his arms and it's slowly growing back, and he comes back and he's trying to shoo her out of the room so he can play with himself, and he's like, I bet it feels so big in this tiny little hand. It's great.
I bet you this thing looks big in my hand.
Yeah.
But this movie has a lot of references, a lot of Easter eggs, fourth wall breaking.
Yeah. Which is not normal. It's supposed to be a no-no.
Yeah. Yeah, basically you take all the rules of movies and TV and whatever.
Throw them out the fucking window.
Yeah. Which is thrown out the window in the first opening credits, and they're doing...
like this film is associated with some douchebag.
Douchebag, yeah. Featuring a CGI character.
Yeah, something like that. It's crazy. If you guys watch the first movie, make sure you watch the opening credits.
The villain is played by Soap.
Yeah,
Ajax. Ajax. But yeah, all the movie's great. The characters are great. They actually do a lot of character development in this movie, especially with his girlfriend. Because I thought when I first watched it, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a throwaway gag scene, like most of the movies nowadays back then were. But no, she played a big part of the show, of the movie.
Right, especially in the second one.
Yeah, and she's gorgeous. She, especially when her hair grows out long.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, there's a scene where they're having sex and she puts a strap on and fucks him in the ass.
Yeah.
And he's like, nope, nope, nope.
Happy Chinese New Year, the year of the dog.
Yeah. National Women's Rights Day.
Yeah. So in this, we just got to the point where we're talking about when he meets the love interest, and it shows a full year of them together, and like every different holiday is like sex themed, like happy Chinese New Year, year of the dog, and she fucking tries to fuck him up the ass, and he's like, nope, 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 nope. And like Lent, they didn't have sex, they were just there reading a book, and you're like, happy Lent. It was just funny. You guys have to watch this video. If you have not watched Deadpool, you have to.
The first scene that they showed, they thought you think they're having sex, and it turns out they're playing skee ball.
Yeah.
Like, I want to put some balls in some holes. Yeah.
Balls and holes.
Balls and holes. I would love to play skee ball with Deadpool only because you can imagine all the shit you can win from the ticket counter.
Yeah, he just throws it like this. Ruh-roh.
But yeah, this movie came out in 2016, huge box office hit, and a commercial success, because, I mean, and the thing is, they didn't really have to do much advertisement for it, because the trailer did the work for it.
Right. When I first saw Deadpool, the original movie, me and the girl I was with at the time, we went to go watch it, and we showed up a little bit early to make sure we got our seat, right?
Yeah.
So we get there, we go in the back. I come back out for some soda and popcorn. Well, when I was there, some guy saw my tattoo, and he was telling me about how his old lady has a Deadpool tattoo on her back or whatever. And he proceeds to tell me that I'm kind of stupid for showing up so early. Well, then he went to go get his ticket, and they were sold out. I just grabbed my popcorn and soda and walked back to the movie theater.
Yeah, I've been there before, going to a theater and you want to watch a movie on opening night and it's sold out. That's usually why I go. I try to go during the day, and sometimes I try going during the week. Well, everybody's at work or
like
at
a
school.
matinee.
Yeah, where everyone's at work or at school. That way I had pretty much the theater to myself, and the only other people there are old people.
Right.
Yeah, I had a Marvel experience where I went to see Iron Man 2, and the ex-girlfriend I was with went shut up the whole freaking movie. We kept arguing for the whole thing. I've been dying to look forward to this movie since the first one, and I couldn't even enjoy it. I ended up having to wait until it came out on fucking DVD before I could actually watch it and enjoy it. But I did go watch the Captain America, the first Avengers movie without her, and I really enjoyed that. But yeah, and the second one was also a success. Not as big a success as the original, but it was still a success. I really enjoyed that one, especially when they introduced like new characters like Cable and Domino and regular guy. That's pretty much what Deadpool calls him, regular guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember his real name. I think it was like Fred or something. Paul. And I like how they're getting ready to jump out of the airplane and Paul's scared, and Deadpool's like, look, there's nothing to be scared about. All you're doing is jumping out of an airplane in high winds and landing on the ground. What's the worst that could happen?
I like when Deadpool makes these, and he's like, if someone would have only told me there was high winds.
Yeah.
So I know we're talking about Deadpool, but if you're gonna jump out of a fucking airplane just so you can look cool, make sure there's no fucking high winds. He ends up losing like almost all of his team, almost all of his fucking team. It's just absolutely crazy. And he's like, if someone would, if I would only known it was high winds. And Domino's been like the whole movie since he got the idea of doing this. She's like, hey, it's supposed to be high winds. This is a bad idea. And he's like, nah, I'm good. And he ends up losing like all except for like two, maybe three people. It's just insane.
Throughout the whole movie, Domino's like, it's supposed to be high winds. This is pretty stupid. It's supposed to be high winds.
Yeah. He's like, how many times I jumped out of an airplane and had successfully landed on the ground? A lot. And I jumped from a lot worse conditions than this. And I like how he mentions Jacksonville. He's like, we don't talk about Jacksonville, but they do have a lot of great TGI Fridays. Weasel, which is the bartender, I love his character.
Right.
I like how he gets his powers. He goes to see Weasel. Deadpool goes to see Weasel. He's like trying to figure out a name.
Yeah, and they're like, and they see Deadpool up there.
Yeah. Weasel makes a comment. He's like, I guess I won't be able to wait on the Deadpool now that you can't die.
And they're both like, Captain Deadpool, and they're like, no, just Deadpool.
Yeah. His first suit was like all white.
Yeah.
I like how there was one funny scene. He's like, I'm gonna kill you with a Zamboni, and that's a slow death.
Yeah.
And the guy's sitting there crawling, and they zoom out, and all you see is him like
just
on the other.
wait.
He's on the other end of the ice skating ring, and there's like 3 scenes where they show him trying to get closer and closer to him. He meets up with Agent Smith or something like that. The
guy who came and like over the answer to your problems.
He's like, this is gonna hurt you. This is gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you. And I'm like, wait, you got that backwards. This little.
So in this section, we forget to mention, actually throughout the whole video, we forget to mention that he has cancer, and he's dying of cancer. And that's when that Agent Smith comes in and says, hey, I got this superhero program. We can cure you of your cancer. Well, it turned out not working good for him because that's how he got his face. It looked like it got all burnt up and nasty. And it didn't cure the cancer, but it got rid of the cancer cells as fast as the cancer produced it. So it just kind of like kept in stasis. I can't speak today. It keeps it solid where it doesn't grow or shrink. It just keeps them right where it needs to be to not be deadly for him.
Piggy went to the market and drinks all his fingers. That was great. I do like the second movie when they showed the bad guys running through the warehouse. Mm-hmm. He's like, really? A panic room?
Right. And
he's like, who has a panic room?
You see him with a chainsaw, like all this crazy shit going on around him.
Like when he runs out of the building, he's like, Doppelganger, open the fucking door.
Yeah. Dupinger.
Yeah. That character's great. I wish he was in more stuff.
Yeah.
I like how the running gag in the first movie, he always forgets his bag of guns.
Right, and he shows up to him and,
excuse me.
Shit, where's my bags of guns?
Yeah.
And he's like, shit. 12 bullets or bust. And he gets there and he's like, I only have 12 bullets. Y'all have to share.
Yeah. I love how everything gets set up in the accident where everything flips around and
yeah.
Right, the part where he grabs the guy by like the underpants strap and pulls him back in. He grabs his underwear strap and throws him against the billboard.
And his head's popping out throughout all this carnage. He's like, shit! Did I turn off the stove?
Yeah. He's like, I've never said this before, but don't swallow. And he puts the
cigarette lighter in his mouth.
Oh, it's 2016. How many cars nowadays have a cigarette lighter and it actually works? Most times now it's just a
Most newer cars don't even come with them.
Yeah, and they do. It's usually to plug in a USB thing into it.
Right.
But yeah, I like the when he rolls down the window and says, "You know why my suit's red? So nobody can see me bleed." That's why that guy wore the brown pants.
Why that guy wore the brown pants? That was a funny part of the movie. So you couldn't see when he shot himself. I mean, when he shit himself. It was just the way it was placed. It was just great. I don't know what to say because it plays on before where it's like, if you don't want people to see that you got blood on your suit, wear red. So he's like, this guy got the good idea. He's wearing the brown pants. Brown pants.
That guy's got the right idea. He wore the brown pants. Then he's like, boom, 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 boom. My favorite part is where he flips to take the shot and he shoots 3 guys in the head with 1 bullet. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And this whole time he's counting his bullets.
Yeah.
Bad Deadpool.
Some
Good Deadpool.
Some guy shoots him in the ass.
Yeah.
And he falls down and shoots him right through his crotch.
Or something like that.
Yeah. And then he's like, 4, bang. 3, 2, oh, damn it.
That
Totally
one was
worth
right up Main Street.
it. He goes, 3, 2. He's like, totally worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guy like gets up, takes the bullet off his forehead, rolls up his sleeves. He's like, really? You're rolling up your sleeves? Yeah, it was a good movie.
If y'all ever get a chance and you guys want to read a good story arc from Deadpool, I recommend 2 of them. Deadpool Corpse, like Marine Corps.
Yeah.
And Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, that one was good. I think it was like the first few issues of X-Force were good when he was in it.
Mm-hmm.
He basically formed the team just to lead the team because he don't work well with others.
Right. It's hard to work well with someone who's completely insane.
I like at the end of the first movie when he goes to he takes off his mask to show his girlfriend or who he really is.
And it's a cutout picture
of Ryan Reynolds.
No, it was Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman. Then
that he stapled to his face.
Yeah, then she takes that off, and it's Ryan Reynolds on it. And then she takes that off, and I was waiting for it to have like a piece of paper with a smiley face or something on it. That would be something he would do. But yeah, great movie.
Well, see, the thing about Ryan Reynolds wasn't acting in these movies. That's who Ryan Reynolds is.
Yeah, he's such a smartass. He's
right,
but he does it so well.
Right,
he does it so well and so great that this is basically his redemption for doing Green Lantern.
Green Lantern was a hit or miss for me.
Yeah, I tried. I mean, don't get me wrong. I tried to watch it. I mean, I think I've watched it once all the way through. But every time I try to watch it after that to see if I can give it another chance, I just can't. I just can't do it. I don't know why. But yeah,
in our hit or miss list, it would go in our section.
Yeah, it would be in the middle. It won't go in our miss box, but it won't go on our hit list either.
Yeah.
It's like if you flip a coin, the coin lands perfectly up and down.
Right.
That's Green Lantern. But yeah, Deadpool 2 was good as well.
I like how they introduced Cable.
Yeah, Cable was good, especially the part when he comes to the past. He's walking to the desert. These guys are sitting there talking about how many talk about toilet paper and how many times you wipe your ass in your toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes in there and asks them what year it is. And they say, well, what's it to you? He zaps them.
Yeah, he knocks them out.
Yeah, steals their truck and their beer.
Right, and he's got like a little fanny pack he pulls out and chapsticks his lips.
Yeah. And which is kind of funny that he's got his wife's memories and stuff in there of his family and his fanny pack, just like Wade has the token from their first date with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
He ends up taking it from him anyways, and they had the fight scene in the prison. Now, the fight scene in the prison, when Deadpool and Cable first fight, is good. especially when the bracelet, the necklace comes off, the necklace comes off, and
Right.
he throws him off of the catwalk, and he lands on
the bench, and like snaps his back where he's like this.
Yeah, and then you see his necklace laying next to him, and he's like, "Hey, I'm back." Juggernaut did him justice in this movie.
Yeah.
So in this particular part, we're talking about Juggernaut and how they did him justice. They really did. Juggernaut looked awesome. I like this Juggernaut better than the one from a previous X-Men movie. I think it was The Last Stand. It was The Last Stand. But definitely this one was a better Juggernaut.
Unlike the previous movies of
Yeah.
Juggernaut,
Oh, yeah.
appears in.
Like they made him look more like the one from the X-Men animated series, just not without the red costume. But yeah, what about the fire starter kid? Oh my god, what a jerk!
Fire Fist.
Fire Fist. I don't know. I like Fire Starter Kid better than Fire Fist.
Mm-hmm.
Fire Fist sounds like he's got like a UTI or something. But this kid, you really want to feel sorry for him, and then he opens his mouth and talks.
Ruins it.
Yeah, because he's on the fence, like he's a scared child trying to get Wade Wilson to be his friend in prison to protect him, and he kept telling the kid, like, "Look, I can't protect you. I don't have my powers."
With this collar on, my only power is dying of cancer.
Yeah. And then he tells the kid to shut up so he can listen to his tumors grow.
Man.
But I do like Domino.
Yeah.
Her power is
luck. And they get into it at one certain point of the movie.
Yeah. Like the whole chase scene in the armored convoy with the prisoners.
Uh-huh.
And everything's all set up to where...
everything just works out perfect for her.
Yeah. And then finally, Vinpool's like, "Your power really is luck, isn't it?" Or like, "Juggernaut, you're my favorite here. You're my favorite character of all time. Why are you charging at me with murderous intent?"
In your eyes.
Yeah. He's like, "I'm going to rip you in half."
now.
Yeah. He's like, totally worth it.
So after the Juggernaut rips him in half, Domino finds him. And Deadpool's like, "Oh, just turn me into a backpack. Use my arms and legs as straps and whatnot." And it worked out, but it looked kind of funky. It was funny. Yeah, definitely.
Use my arms as backpack straps.
Yeah, put me on your back like Yoda. But yeah, it was good. Like I said, they make a lot of references in here. He talks about a lot of the DC and Marvel universes in here, and he said he's like, you need to partner up with Hawkeye. At least he can use a bow without. He has no powers. He can still protect you.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was a great movie, great franchise. They didn't overkill it. They didn't go overboard by making any fancy like theme park attraction to him, or like they didn't go overboard as far as nostalgia. Yeah, I mean, they didn't.
It was in your face, but it wasn't like in your face.
Yeah, like they didn't overkill it with merchandising or other franchises, like they did with other stuff. But it works.
Right. That's why it got our hit list.
Yeah, and they even came out with a PG-13 version for kids.
Yeah, they only said fuck once in the entire movie.
Yeah, he makes that joke too in the beginning.
Once upon a Deadpool.
Yeah.
Which is Deadpool 1 just retold, I believe.
Oh, Deadpool 2 retold.
Oh, Deadpool 2 retold, yeah.
I was surprised they didn't do one for Deadpool. But it was such a success. If anything else after that would have been... Yeah. Which is kind of funny because most sequels for movies don't do as good as the first one. But the second one holds up.
Yeah. Well, that's about all the time we have for today. Please like, share, comment, subscribe.
Tune in to our next video. It's going to be a surprise.
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
If you have any favorite Deadpool moments, please leave a comment. And if you want us to talk about any topic you want, besides religion and politics, let us know. And we will talk about it.
In the comments, y'all.
You have a good day and a peaceful rest of your day. And Stay classy.
Later, y'all.
All right, so we just finished this episode, and yeah, I like it. We're still trying to figure out everything, but I think we accomplished wow, the goal. Yeah, tell me what you guys think down in the comments, y'all. As always, I'm Lucky, y'all. Have a good night.